think that's what I did. Okay, I think that's what happened. I selected the wrong string. That one on there? Okay. I think we're good to go now. It kind of took a minute. I'm not really sure what was going on there. Just getting my stuff set up real quick. I feel like we're going to have this really nice pullback tonight, guys. Hopefully everybody was able to catch some of the big moves this evening. All right, let me finish getting set up. Well, I guess the Tokyo market just opened. Didn't really get too much of a push here. We're looking for the 90s up there. So make sure my volume's working. All right, volume's working over here. Oh, well. I can't get that thing to turn on. All right, so we've caught most of this move up here tonight. This is probably like my third trade. We actually got long. My first entry was actually down at 20. We've been just kind of adding and taking as we've been moving up in this trade, just in case it. I re-entered this because we was already up about, I want to say, right at $100 on this trade, and so as you can see, even though with fees we're down to like 90, but overall we're over $100 already tonight. And so what we've been doing is just kind of add and taking, just in case it reversed at that 47, 48. So as you can see, I've kind of put myself like a little alarm there for whenever that triggered. That was my long area. And so we're looking for about 50% of the total move from here back up to here. If you pull fib on this whole move, 50% is around the 790. So that's kind of where we're targeting. Don't know how long it's going to take to get up there, but that's what we're targeting this night. I don't know where you want to buy because I'm not sure what kind of pullback, because you got to think if you look at this total move, Ava, you kind of see the up, the pullback, the up, the pullback. So maybe if you get another pullback in a minute, it may offer a buy opportunity. And what you can do is kind of open it up big. So you may get another pullback to the 50 here. And then what you can do is put the line at the top of the leg right here. So if we pull back, it's going to pull back into this wick or these two candles right here. Kind of see how it did it right here. So this is how you kind of pick out a trend here. See, pull back, into the top of the previous leg. So now what you're doing is just waiting for this to push up in here. And then I might even try to add to this. If it pushes up, then pulls back down into this. And you want to see this hold when it pulls back. I think that's what you have to do if you want to be on the safe side. If you want to look for a legitimate entry where you're not jumping in, then it have to sit through drawdown. So, like I said, I got long. My original entry was at 20. So we pushed up a little bit and see how we pull back into the 20 level here. So I got long when we pushed back down into this here. That was from, man, that was like at 6 something. So that was a couple hours ago. Tonight is definitely a little bit better than what last night was. We did have good movement last night, but it wasn't until later, like in the night. So. We also logged onto our Ninja accounts and took some trades over there also. I think we took one trade. We did like a little $100 bounce. That was right here at the 31. So what we did is we put a resting order sitting at 31 right there. And this was on this pullback. So I was anticipating for right here, looking for like, I had 10 micros on, looking for 5 points. So it was like a quick $100 on my Apex funded. I want to say, I feel 802 is probably going to be the target here. If you look at the 4-hour candle, so I have this one indicator on my, what do you want to call it? Trading view charts. So what it does, it kind of gives you a quick like little what's going on with the 4-hour at the moment. Not an overall picture, but just kind of what's going on at the moment. So this smaller one to the left here is your 1 hour, and this bigger one to the right is your 4-hour. So you can see that we have pretty good sizable 2 big wicks. What, 1, 2, possible 3, 4. Then you got the hourly here. So I feel like there's definitely going to be some reversal up there around the 800. So that could definitely, I'm thinking about even possibly taking a short. If my target 790 gets hit, I'm going to put another short entry up at the 800s and see what kind of reversal we can get. But I mean, who knows how long it's going to take to get up there. I mean, we could be sitting here for another hour waiting to just go 30 points. So that's kind of what we're waiting on at the moment. So if you pull fib on this whole leg here from top to bottom, and see that also puts that, you remember that 18 on the hourly candle? So that also puts this total move right at the 50% mark. And a lot of times in the overnight session, you get a lot of bouncing in the, sorry about my chat, guys. I forgot to bring my chat out here. Sorry. What's up, Kendo? How are you doing? No, I haven't really got around to trading gold, but I hear about it from different people. There's a couple of other people that's been coming through my lobby trading gold and silver. I mean, I haven't really got up to nerves to kind of dip my toe into the gold and silver, but apparently a lot of people are doing it. I know silver, there's most of these prop firms aren't allowing you to trade micros, and minis are the minis will just rip your face off. Oh, we're getting a little bit of push. We may get our 90 hit fairly early tonight. We'll see what happens with 75s. And the 75s are notorious for hitting 75 and coming back down to the 50. Either that, we'll hit the 800s here, then pull all the way back down to 75. But we will put, if this 90 hits, and I think I may even do 88 because a lot of times it won't hit that 90. And I'm not going to be a little stickler over a couple points here. See how we just run into resistance at the whole number, the 75. So the 75 could cause us to pull back into the 50s here. At least we're getting some movement, guys. It could be super dead tonight. Shoot, sometimes this Asian market sucks butt, but tonight it's been good. So far, we are up 120 at their fees. Overall, we're up 149. So this will be a good night in the Asia market. I think we had a negative night one night this week. I think we were in a hole like $60, and I didn't trade at all last night. Looks like Methodical Man got long too. How have you been doing in gold, Candle Dealer? Like I said, this was expected. So if you watch the whole numbers, and I like watching whole numbers, so there's another guy that's in my lobby all the time. He trades mainly just whole numbers. So anytime you're coming across the 50, the 75, the 100, the 25, there's always type of reaction at those levels. So a lot of times if you break the 800s, you'll push up to 825, back to 800, then back up through 825, or go from 825 down to 800, down to 775, then back up through the 800s. Like, it's just insane to watch. Doing okay. I've started last night using the fib. Oh yeah, I use the fib all the time, especially during the daytime. A lot of times I like pulling fib on individual 5-minute candles, because most of the time, like, I'll put my entry, like, I don't do it as much on funded accounts, but on evals, like, if we look very bullish or bearish, and I'll pull fib like on the 5-minute candle, and as long as it stays under that 38% of that candle, most of the time we're going to continue down. But once you lose that 50-60% of that candle, it's just best to let it go. So we can almost see what the pullbacks look like on each of these legs. So let's see, where would this leg start here? This is kind of an ugly looking leg. I guess that would be here. So even though it looks kind of ugly, and that would be here. So this leg had it pulled back into discount, 60%. So that was your first leg pullback. So then you can look at your second leg. Where's your second leg? Right there. So what was that pullback on that one? So this leg, this means that we're going to stay bullish. Anytime you get a leg that's only pulling back 20%, that means the move is still very bullish. Then you do your next one. You can kind of see. The next one was a little bit deeper. It got deeper back into the discount, or yeah, back down to the 60% on the next one. So the next one would have been kind of iffy. But as long as it retested the top of the previous leg, but it got way back into discount. right now we're kind of filling in the gaps on these hourly candles and 4-hour candles. So these are the, like I said, we're going to look for a short off of 800. If we push up to 800s within the next hour or so, we'll have a resting order sitting there waiting on it, because I just don't see how we don't bounce here, because you got a down wick there. So even if we got through that wick, I figure if we just go in with 2 micros, have like a 20-point stop, I don't see how you got to think we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have about 6 to 8 candles of wicks between the 1 hour and the 4 hour. So I just don't see how we don't reverse off of those areas, especially in this slow market. All right, so I may have to move my stop loss here back down into negative, because I'm not sure. So this is where you want to see the 81 area, 51 area to hold. Like I said, we may even add a contract down here. What are you asking about, Andre? This wasn't really my original entry. My original entry was from the 20s. I have been adding like I think I done added 4 or 5 micros multiple times as we've been moving up. So, like I said, once right here, once we kind of pushed down, pushed up, pulled back, then we had another push up, pull back, and I got long off of this pullback here into the 20s. So my first original pullback was down here, and then we just kept adding. We would look for like 5 or 10 points, basically 5 points with like 5 micros, and just doing like, I don't think it was quite 5. I think I was doing like 3 or 4, but we were going in a little bit more. We don't usually do crypto, Andre. This is the MNQ86. What's up, M? Still got it. I don't guess I know what that is. Is that like another crypto? So, like I said, you want to see this area right here hold. Let's see. I already missed it here. It might have hit that first wick. You still got 2 more wicks down here that it could hit. And plus it could hit off the 21. So it looks like we hit off of this wick here on the 5 minute. If anybody likes to trade wicks. Yeah, I don't really know a whole lot about the crypto market. I mean, I know of the crypto market. I've bought crypto before, but as far as like trading, oh, thank you, M. Same to you, man. we're pretty much going to be sitting here just watching the market just grind higher and higher is all we're going to do. I don't think we'll get too much of a big pullbacks. I think there'll just be little pullbacks in this slow grinding market here. Even if we get stopped out, I probably won't risk more than $20 on this trade, the max. I'd rather just get stopped out than re-enter or something than I would sit back and draw down in this. So right now, if we're risking 10 points, that's like risking what, $20 of our profit. I thought we would get back down to the 5150s, but it pretty much hit off this wick here. So that whatever this big 5-minute candle here hit right off top of it. Let's see. What did you say? It says I'm shorting the NQ at 760. Okay. Nice. See. Didn't quite get that 50% pullback. Got close. I'm not really sure. I think we're gonna unless we start moving down here, because I feel like the 800s will be the draw here because of if you look at the 4 hour and 1 hour, we have huge wicks to the downside right there. So I actually want to look for entry. Even if I get stopped out here before I get off the line, I think I'm gonna stick a order up there at the 800s, because if you look at your higher time frame, this is kind of like a little piece of the 4 hour charts here. You can see that we have a big down wick here. So I think you can easily get you like a nice little 10 points off of the 800 here. Or the next one would be the gap fill in. So right now we're kind of in a 4 hour gap filling in. What's your target here? Shorting the 60s candle. Uh, 738. So this is kind of playing out exactly kind of what we said. A lot of times if we hit the 75, we'll have to have a pushback to the 50. That's why I said if we push up and hit the whole number up here at the 800, more likely we'll get that another pushback into the 75s. Thank you guys for the likes and follows this evening. I need to trade my other account because I have another account with this same prop firm. I'll move mine over because I think it has my name on it. This one here, I think I'm gonna wait till Sunday night to trade it because Sunday nights are usually the biggest nights, and that would be, I'm up 1,072. So I still need to make about another $430 to get this pass. And pretty much all this was made in the Asia Tokyo session, because I only usually trade these accounts in the Asia market. So I do take losses on them. I mean, there's nights where I take like a $50 loss, $60 loss, but usually not too much bigger than that. I try to keep it as small as possible. The same with here. Right now we're up 628 on this account. And that's just, I don't get to trade it every night because a lot of times I'm trading that other one, but that's just making like $50 here, $60 here. Then you just get those certain nights like tonight where the market's actually moving, where you can probably make a little over $100 just trading a few micros. But I've been adding and taking though. So even though my original entry started off with 2 micros, we were adding as we went up. All right, looks like we're getting a deeper pullback. We'll see what happens at these wicks here. We have those wicks, this wicks, and try to add another contract there to try to make another 10, $20. All right, we'll put on some music real quick. Nice little bounce off the 50 there. A little 50 banger. So these are the 5-minute charts. A lot of times you got all these big wicks, man. It's almost like guarantee in this evening time you're going to get bounces. It may not be 10 points every time, but what I was doing earlier, I was actually going in with like 3-4 micros and just looking for like 5 points, like just trying to make a quick $40 like multiple times. So that's what we were doing earlier. This one paid a quick 10 points. I mean, I had my entry sitting at 50, pop back up to the 60. So now this will be like a free stop loss for me since I did that. So you kind of have to look at it like this. Even though I just made 10 points off of this, I can just use that, the little money that I made from that stop loss to cover this stop loss here. This way I don't have to lose any more of my profit if it comes back and stops me out. All right, so this will be the next wick here at 47. Where's the 50%? So trying to move some of this stuff so it doesn't look so choppy in here. All right. Mark out the 50% there. That way we know where 50% of the leg's at. All right, we're about to have a new 5-minute candle. Let's see if we get some push here. Don't go. Why not? You don't want it to go. Why not? This is not stocks, Toms. This is the futures NASDAQ. So you probably, if you didn't mind longing off the top of this previous leg, you could at least got you a little 5 or 10 point trade in there, depending on how heavy you went in. So the ticker's right there, MNQ86. These are March contracts. Oh, that was the 100 EMA there? Okay. The only EMA I have on my chart is the whatchamacallit, the oh, there we go. Nice. Let's see. All right, where are we at? So, what's that? Man, I think we're going to try to do another like $60 up here. Let's see. Oh, don't freeze. Hell, you probably could get a 90 bounce here too. This thing usually bounces off the 90 a lot. I mean, there's a big wick there. I'm just not sure if you get 10 points, but I'm definitely probably going to short the 800s up here. And that's based off of the 4-hour candle. Yeah, we were long actually all the way back at the 720s. I mean, if you went long back here on this was probably your last entry right here. So this is what I was talking about pushing up. You had to pull back into the 50s if you wanted to long. I wouldn't long the breakout. I mean, you can, but it's super risky. I feel like my batteries may be going dead. Oh, yeah. Hello. We're actually going to be looking for a short in a second. And this is based off the 4-hour candles. It may take a minute because I think we'll hit the 90 first. I'm going to leave it sitting right there. What's up, Ava? How are you doing? Or SL? I can't really tell what that. Ava? S-A-V? A-V-I? Oh, are you still holding your short, candle dealer? Okay. I think you're still good, dude. I mean, as long as you're not in too heavy. No, I'm sorry, MJ. We're not trading gold. I haven't traded gold enough to be comfortable with it. I dabble with it a little bit on a sim account, but I haven't traded gold. We're on the MNQ, which is the micros for the NASDAQ. So this is the baby NASDAQ. So the contracts are worth $2 a point. And we're trading on small accounts. So this is a 25K account, and you only get, I think when I started out with this account, it's a static account. So you only get $500 in drawdown. So, but good thing about static, if you can stick to the small contracts to build a buffer, once you get up to like $500, you have like $1,000 in drawdown. So I have $1,000, $1,100 in drawdown. So hopefully, as long as I keep what I'm doing, just keeping it small, I should get to the passings hopefully by the end of the month. This one should make it first. I've been just switching them up here and there. I don't know. I just pick one and start trading it. But I think Sunday is usually one of the best nights to trade the Asia market, because a lot of times in the nighttime on Sunday, it just either goes straight up or straight down. So, oh, you're in 3 micros right now? Well, dude, you got pretty. No, I guess not. What did we get back to? Almost 45. So you're about, what, 7 points off of your target if you were looking for 38. What was the what were you looking at to take to the 38? Like what was that? Is that from this, like looking at the fib off of that, or Was it the 50% of the leg? Okay. So so you're looking for that 30. What I would do, like what I usually do when you kind of like know a trend is popping, I would just go from leg to leg. Well, I mean that's what I do. I'll usually do it from leg to leg. So I'll pull fib on leg to leg. So a while ago, whenever I pulled fib on this one, you can see this leg pulled back into discount right at the 60%. And as long as these legs are holding up at the 50% mark, most of the time we're going to stay bullish. Especially whenever we get a like leg, started. So like push up, push down. This would be your first leg. This would be your second leg. That would be your third leg. And this is your fourth leg. Yeah, usually though the way I do what you're talking about, pulling the whole fib on the whole thing, usually it's the whole leg all together. That's what I usually do on my fib. Like if I'm looking at the overall move, maybe. So this would be the overall move from top to bottom, so high to low. So right now we're at the 38% and 50% is up there at 820. So I don't know if I feel 800 is going to give you a little move, but I figure 820 is another possible nice short area too, because if you look at the 4-hour charts at 18, you have a big wick at 18. Then you also have these two big wicks on the 5 minutes. So I still feel like you could get you a 10-point trade here at the 800s or add into your short. Let's see where the New York high is real quick. That's all the way up at 912. Yeah, so right now we're at 154 for the night or 185 in profit. So we're not in a trade right now, so we already hit our last target of the 30s. I mean at the 80s. I wasn't going to be a stickler to try to get that 90. What did we hit? 84. So this is pretty normal. We usually kind of don't quite get to that 90 before we get a little bounce. So we're hoping to get the same thing once we get up to the whole number. So let's pull fib on this next little leg. Sorry if I tilt my head. I can't see my edge of my screen because of my camera's in the way. All right, so if this plays out right, you would anticipate a bounce right here. So you would anticipate a bounce somewhere between here to here. Did everybody survive today? Today was a really tough trading session starting out this morning. I mean, it was so choppy. I think we were kind of 2 for 3 on our accounts. We had 2 green accounts with 1 red account. But I did get that money back for the red account. I actually went over there at one of those pullbacks and did like 10 micros for 5 points. So, all right. So let's see if the 50% holds here. So you start losing this area, you could even get a pullback all the way to your 21 EMA here. Or it could fill in this 5-minute gap here. And that's at the 61. No, we're not any. I'm not going to take any short, Michael. We're long bias. I am going to look for a short off of the 800s if we push up to the 800s. We've already taken quite a bit of profit out of this tonight. Right now we are up 185 for tonight, or 154 after you take out fees. So we had a really good session tonight in this market. I mean, I started trading it at probably my time, which is 5 o'clock or a little after 6. So I've actually been trading probably for, I've been in a trade probably for the last 2.5 hours. So even though I didn't start streaming until later, but a lot of times I don't start streaming until Tokyo starts, because a lot of times Tokyo offers a little bit more volume. But for some reason, so this is how I was long biased as soon as the market opened tonight. So this is how the market opened. This was the opening candle right here. We opened it up with a small gap. We pull back, fill in the gap. And as soon as that happened, I was long biased all the way. Also, Michael, this is also your 4-hour chart. So right now I feel like the 4-hour and the 1 hour are going to fill in these gaps. And you got some big wicks. So right now this is the wick that we're hoping that if we can put our entry off here around the 800s and get a short off of the 800s, because you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wicks for the higher time frames. So let's see. Oh. So it looks a little scrunched up at the moment, but so this is the 5-minute charts that I trade off of. This is the 1 hour kind of leg candle that we watched, then the 4-hour candle leg that we're watching also. So this way I don't have to flip around. I can have it all together. It's just so much easier. This way you don't have to look at the higher time frame. So here's your another leg pullback. So we hit the 50% mark. Not quite back into discount, but it's enough. Hopefully this will be the next leg for us to move up to 800 here. So, excuse me. Too bad the Asian market doesn't move like this every night. Man, some nights are just super tough watching the Asian market. Man, this thing could go up all night long. So there's a possibility for us to go all the way back up to the 909s. The time the London, I think it'll take to the London session, but man, we could go all the way back to the 909s. But I don't think we're going to make it. I personally think we're going to get stopped here somewhere in the 800s because I just don't feel like we're going to make it through all these wicks. Because I think that's where we got stuck at this morning. Is that where we got stuck at this morning or no? Let's see. Oh, they don't have it on there. Let's see. Oh, well, I guess it's not on there. All right, we're going to mark out the 50% there so we can get this out of the way. So far, this thing is offered what? Let's see. Pushback, support. So this would have been your first entry. So that would be the first leg pullback to 20, 2, 3. So far, this thing's offered 3 entries on the way up. So 1, 2, 3. And this will be number 4 if we push up at least 10 points. If it pushes up, it would need to push above here to be considered a kind of a leg here. So you want to see it push up here into the 90s. Excuse me. All right. We're going to look for a 10-point trade off of the 800s once it pushes up there, and that's a short. We're going to do 3 micros looking for 10 points. So we're going to risk. I don't really want it above like the 803s. I think the 805s is going to kind of be my line in the sand. I don't know. Maybe let me look and see where that 4-hour wick is again. That wicks are sitting at 4, so I think we may even go above the 800 here. Just a little bit. Because that wick is sitting... Okay. We're going to leave it right there. That's kind of where we're going to be looking for a short. And that's based off the 4-hour candles here. That gap fill in for the 4 hours is at 803. So the hourly candle, I don't know. I may just do a straight 800 level here. So I don't know how long it's going to take us to get up there, guys. It could be, man, it's no telling in the Asia market. You could be sitting here for an hour waiting for that thing to push up there. Take forever. All right, let me put on some music finally. We can listen to music or something, kind of make the... So are most of you guys here? Do you guys only trade Asia market or do you guys trade all day? I know some of you guys are from from different countries, do you also trade like the overnight session? Like, so is this kind of like the, I want to say morning time, but super late in the evening for you guys? So my time is 7:53. So I live in Central Time. What's up, Dragon? We are trading. Sorry if I didn't see your message in time. I hope you're still here. We are trading the MNQH6, which is the March contract for micros and the NASDAQ. I don't know how hard it is to see that on the screen. I don't know if I can make that brighter. Maybe I can make that brighter. Let's see if you can change those colors. Let's see here. I think that's down here. Oh, you can. Is that too much, guys? Is that too much? Too much brightness? But you can see it. What's that, Papa? The NASDAQ? It's been a good night trading tonight, man. The NASDAQ's been paying good. We're up 154, 185 already tonight in the nasty Nas girl. Basically, you got a long or you got a short, you got a little, not quite a high, but you got your first pullback here. We open with a little gap in, so we filled in that gap. And as soon as we made this first pullback, my original long was from 20. Then we had another pullback here. I added 5 more contracts here, sold them off within like 5 points. And then we added another contract up here at the 50, sold it off at 10 points. Then my last hit was up there at 81. No, I don't really have a target profit. Not on these accounts. I just make whatever I can get. I don't ever think about how much I need to make because I think that'll just mess with your head. So usually my goal with these accounts is to make like in the Asia market, because it's so hard to trade Asia because it's so slow and it's hit and miss. So I think you only usually get like 3 good nights of Asia trading. Most of the time it's super choppy unless you can stay up late and catch the big move. So tonight's been really good movement. Hell, tonight was a lot cleaner than the crap we were dealing with today in the New York session until after lunch, which that's normal. If you chop around all morning long, then after lunch you're just gonna be downtown or uptown, or it went straight down today. Usually like once a week, maybe twice a week, I'm able to at least make $100, but most of the time it's like 50 to 60 bucks in the Asia market, because we're only trading 1 to 2 contracts with these accounts. Because I'm fairly new trading Asia. I've only been trading Asia consistently since December, so I haven't been doing it very long in the Asia market. So some nights are a little tougher than others for me, but I try to let anybody know that's here if I'm struggling or having a hard time with it. And usually I always let everybody know if like, all right, I'm red tonight, or if I'm green tonight. So we have 2 accounts that we trade in the Asia market. So we got this one, and we have another one which we're about to have it pass. We're up 1,072 on this one. So we still need about another 20 bucks to pass this one. So like today, I was red on that mechanical trade, and then, but that 81 area was my short target today. The one that we shorted like twice or 3 times. And so that's where I got my funded trade in today. And that's where I made the 130 on the one funded, but I was red on the other funded. And the eval, I don't know if you were still here with us, but I think I ended up making almost $400 on that eval after the market started moving after lunchtime. So I think we're about $80 away from passing it, or $70. Don't need too much. Thanks for the follow, Justin. So what we're looking for up here is a short off of the 800 levels. And that's just based off these 4-hour wicks over here. So there's a lot of wicks here on the 4-hour and the 1 hour across the table here. So I'm hoping that this 804 to, or 800 to 804 will give us a nice like 10-point little winner here. And that'll be that gap fill in at 803 here. You never short? I do short. I like the shorts, because especially when they're really selling off. I like the quick sells on the shorts. That's probably about the only thing. I used to struggle with shorts for some reason. I don't know what it was. Like, this is a long time ago, but I remember I used to struggle with shorting. And I think I've looked at the Dow Jones before. I think I've tried to use the Dow Jones. I've tried the Dow Jones, I think, and I've tried the YM, unless those are the same. It's been a while. I know I've tried the YM, and it was super fast. No, we've already so my last trade that we re-entered was we were long from the 50s, and our target was 81. So we already hit our target. So now we're just kind of sitting on the sideline. I've actually been in the trade probably since a little after 5 o'clock. So whenever this trade happened, 5:30 my time. So my first entry was at 5:30 at the level 20. So we started off with 2 contracts. We pushed up. I sold 1 contract for 10. I held onto my runner. When the second leg pullback, I had a 5 contract sitting right there and looked for another 5 points. So that's kind of how we got up into the $100 range. We were adding 5 contracts on the pullback for the bounces and looking for the like quick 5 points. How long have you been trading the Dow Jones? What's the abbreviation for the Dow Jones? Let's look. Okay, so the Dow Jones is the YM. Okay. I guess I was thinking of 2 different things. So yeah, I've messed with the YM a little bit myself, but nothing consistent. Yeah, this is the only thing about the Asia market, man. If you don't get your entry just right, it's so hard to jump into this, because you can just be sitting here forever and not move anywhere. Like, especially that it's very hard. Try not to overtrade in the Asian market, because I've done that before where I've like got myself in a hole, and it's impossible to get yourself out of a hole in the Asian market. You'll just be like a losing battle. At least that's whatever happens to me. It never goes very well. I got lately, once I get down to 50 or $60, just cut your losses and move on to the next day or switch accounts. So that's what we've been doing lately. If we get like a $60 or $70 loss on this account, because actually I think we were up actually a little bit more. I want to say we were actually up in the 700s. Not this one. It was the other one. It was this one. All right. It was this one. So we're about to, if we can get one more winning trade, that should push us back into $700 on this account. Or what we can do is actually trade the other account and not risk any of the profit on this one. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll do that instead. So we'll risk profit on the other account. So we're still $72 over the 26,000. So we have like $70 we can risk. And what we'll do is we'll risk $60. All right. You missed the 600% upside. Now, was that today, Papa, or was that this move here? The Asia market. This is the Asia market here. Let's see. So right now we're in the Tokyo session. This is considered Tokyo here. So let's see. So this indicator marks out all of your trading sessions for you. So London, you got your New York AM session, New York lunchtime, and your New York PM session. Right now, we're just kind of stuck in the middle. More likely, since we're in the middle, and that happens a lot in the once the Asia is kind of stuck here, more likely you probably won't get a nice move until the London session or later tonight if you just happen to be on watching. Well, wow, another nice little leg pullback here, guys. Ooh, I feel like it's going to take forever to get over there. What do you use, Papa? What strategy do you use? Are you using like, I mean, I'm always want to learn like new stuff. So I usually always ask like, people what they trade if they don't mind sharing. Are you doing, I do a lot more support resistant style trading and breakouts and pullbacks with fib. So I would imagine you'll probably get. I was almost willing to take a trade right here. I bet you we get a bounce off the 90 here. I mean, it's almost every time the 90 always pays 10 points, especially during the New York. Watch it not pay 10 points here during the Asia market, but there's a big down wick on the 5-minute here also. So just be careful if you ever long into the 90s. So that was almost another entry. So the first pullback, the second pullback, is that a second one? No, that's not it. This one. So this was your first, second, third, fourth. Oh, okay. Oh, my butt. Oh, okay. So you're looking for crypto and stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of people that I see come through here. Yeah, that's what we are trying to short. Lane, Lena. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. That's what I'm trying to short off of that 4 hour gap fill in up at the 800s. The bottom wick is sitting at 803, and we also got a wick at the 1 hour. So we're just looking for like a quick 10 points off the bottom of that gap fill in. So it'll be right here. So 803 is where those wicks are sitting. We're front running it by a few points. And that other one is sitting at the 10. So you got two there. Or 12. We may even move our stop loss up a few points if it kind of gets through this first wick here at 803. And that'll give, well, the gap fill in is actually at 812, but I think you'll get some kind of like little resistance first here at the 803s before it gets through the next gap. Then you got what? Wick, 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 wick. You got a lot of wicks across through there. So hopefully a lot of resistance. Did we get the? I don't think we've got that first 90 hit yet. Let's see, 5 minutes. So we decided not to try that trade on this account. We're just going to hold on to the profit that we made tonight. And we're just going to trade on the one that we haven't taken a trade on. So that way we can at least be in the profit on that account. And this way, if we do take the loss, it'll be on this one that we're up a little over $1,000. So we have a lot more profit on this one. So we have $1,500 in drawdown because this is a static account you start out with a $500 drawdown. And, you know, the more money you make with a static account, the bigger your drawdown gets. So I only trade these like cheap Paideus accounts during the London session because, like I was saying earlier, I had just started trading London consistently, probably back in the 1st of December. And I bought these accounts from Paideus to practice trading basically the Asia because they had a special going on where I got these for like $8. So these are like super cheap accounts that I was able to pick up for like 90% off from Paideus during Cyber Monday. Yeah, Cyber Monday. Hopefully next month we'll be able to trade fundeds with these guys. At least get one funded with them, then continue working on that other. Excuse me. Oh, come on. I'll just leave that there. It keeps disappearing. Okay. Is anybody in a position right now? Hopefully the abbreviation's not too bright. I can change this back to darker. I know a lot of people usually ask what we're trading. This way it makes it easier to see what we're trading. So the H6 stands for March contracts. And this is what we're trading, MNQ, and these are the March contracts. Ooh, didn't quite get up to the 90. This is why I never take trades leading into the 90, guys. We always get some kind of reaction leading into the 90s. Not 100%, but most part. Okay. Thank you guys for the likes and follows tonight. Hopefully everybody was at least able to find you like a little 10-point trade. Most of the time, that's all I really look for in the Asia market is like a 10 to 20-point trade max. Usually not two more than that because usually that's even tough to get 10-point trade because the market's so slow. So, but tonight's been a different story. I think we've had almost 80 points worth of movement tonight. Let's see. From 803, yeah, exactly 80 points tonight. So usually don't get that a lot. Most of the time, you're just kind of range bound about 30 points until later in the night, until it gets around that, 11, 12 o'clock, and it seems like you get a little breakout. Then I don't know if something opens at that time or what it is, but it just seems like whenever I just go back and look at charts, it just seems like we always get some kind of breakout around that 12 o'clock hour, like an hour or so before the London session opens, or 2 hours before London session opens. Oh, excuse me. Hopefully we can get this little 10-point trade before we have to jump off here. Is that what you trade, Lane or Lana? Is the what you want to call it, like fair value gaps on higher time frames. Sometimes. Which market do you trade, Lana? Do you mainly just do the overnight session, or are you here in the U.S. on this time, or are you somewhere else in the world? That's uh oh, you are in okay, so you are in the U.S. Okay. I know a lot of people at this time of the night. A lot of people are like in India or in the London session. It seems like, or not in London, but the UK, because it's like late at night. Because I think they're 6 hours behind us or ahead of me. So I guess that would make it about 2 o'clock there. So no, I guess not. And I'm not sure what the India time is, but I know London. Okay, yeah, that's mainly what I trade too. I try to trade for at least 2 hours in the morning. This morning actually sucked. It was horrible this morning. This morning was just straight survival, just to get through the session without messing anything up. So I know I've seen a couple TikTokers and YouTubers talking about. I guess they must have blew up their stuff. I don't. They must have over leveraged this morning, because this morning was just ripping people's face off back and forth. So no good follow through this morning. So like I probably missed out on 80 points because I had a level that I was shorting this morning. I was actually not this level, but I was shorting the 81, 82 this morning. We were getting good push through. I'd be up like 30, 40 points, and that thing just whip all the way back up there 30, 40 points and stop me out on my runner. Like that happened twice. So we left like, I want to say 60 to 70 points on the table this morning from that. Like it was insane, the whipsaw action. Like, I mean, I can understand. It usually happens anytime, like yesterday or like, the day before was probably one of my better funded trade days. And it's almost like you can anticipate that coming. It's like the New York or the NASDAQ gave up all that profit the day before, and today they were like wanting to get it back. So they were just whipping people on both ends. It was just running stops. Or we just wasn't having the follow through. We were kind of stuck between there was a lot of like 4 hour support to the upside from that. So we just never could break through that 4 hour support this morning. So, yeah, there was so much 4 hour support up here between like the 930s and the 950s. So we were just kind of stuck here. And there was some kind of news that happened. It was either news or Trump said something. I'm not sure what it was, because we had a quick, like, big candle to the downside here, then a rip back up. I want to say it was right here. It was somewhere in this area that we had a quick dump. Like, it was real fast. Like, what, almost 70, 80 points this morning. Yes, futures is always open. Candle. It doesn't matter because you got to think futures are worldwide. So the U.S. banks will be closed, but as far as like China's still open. All the other Asia markets, the London, area is still open. So it may be like a half day or something where it closes at 12 or 1. I want to say I think the only day that all the markets are closed is New Year's Day. But I think they're even open Christmas evening. So I think it's just not Christmas, New Year's Day where the markets. Which one was that? Was Michael? Was that this morning? That huge rip back up to the upside? That one that we pointed out a minute ago? This right here. So I think this was the one that was some kind of news right here. That's right. It was this candle because it went up 800. It went up 80 points within like 5 seconds. It was like it was. I remember that it was super quick. I remember there was something that happened this morning, but it was like no news or something, unless there was something said at 9:55, 10 o'clock this morning. And see, I know we've been getting that random Nvidia China news because China keeps saying that they're no longer going to use Nvidia for their chips. So that's got a few wild moves. So I don't know what that was from. Who knows? Excuse me. I'm kind of glad we're out of this because there's nothing worse than being stuck in a grindy market where barely. All right, here's another pullback. Let's see if this one can actually get us up there to the whole number. Did you not have a stop loss in, or did it just blow your stop loss away on that one, Michael? All right, here's another little pullback. Shoot. Let's see what kind of deep. This pullback was 23%, so that means we're going to probably stay bullish. So that's usually a good sign if you're long. It didn't do any good. It just went through it so fast. Oh, those are the worst. That's like a straight news play having a stop loss. You have like a 10-point stop loss, but the time it stops you out, you're like 30, 40 points above. Yeah. Those are the worst. Those are the worst. What's up, Matthew? 500M ARR. I don't know if I've ever heard of the ARR. I'm not familiar with a lot of the Coinbase language or the coins and stuff out there, if that's what that is. Or actually, it's the Razor annual return. Oh, that's the annual. Okay. So the actual coin is the RZTV then, or LV. All right, so here's finally we got the little 90 touch. Let's see if we can get through the 90 here. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people are doing the crypto trading. Is Are you trading that every day? Like you're trading it like constantly in and out, kind of like what we're doing here on the NASDAQ? Oh, it's not crypto? Oh, okay. I don't guess I know what that is then. Or is that options? Okay. Man, are we finally going to get through the 90s here, man? Come on. Like I said, we're looking for a short off the 800s up here. I'm not sure how many times I want to let it hit. So if it goes up there and hits like 99.50 and misses us, I don't know if we'll take the second hit because that can be kind of. What's up? Good morning. How are you doing today? Yeah, we've actually taken. We just got out of our trade a little while ago. I think our last trade was for 30 points. We started trading, I want to say 6:30 or 5:30. I'm in Central Time, and our first entry was at 20. Right now, we're just kind of sitting on the sidelines waiting. We're up 185 for the night. The time you take out fees and stuff, I'll end up with a net P&L of 154. So, all right, here's the 90 here. So we're about to fill in that 4-hour gap here at the 800s. Oh, okay. So it's like $11 to $15 right now. Oh, we're not doing any giveaways this evening, Paco. Unless that was meant for another lobby, Paco. Or is that for somebody else's lobby? Did you put that in the wrong lobby? I didn't want you to think you entered a giveaway. Is Methodical Man doing a giveaway today? Is that who this is from? I didn't look. Let me look at Methodical Man's lobby. Is Methodical Man doing a giveaway? No, he's not. I thought maybe Methodical Man was doing a giveaway. All right, let me watch this real quick. This way, we can go to break even if it hits and reverses pretty quick here. Oh, John Carter said no giveaway. That cheap old BS. Come on, man. What did that hit? 96. You SOB. No giveaways. I didn't know. Somebody had put no. Husk ain't donating no giveaway. No, Paco in the I think the vertical screen over here put in exclamation cash, and I just wanted to make sure they didn't put it in the wrong lobby. Oh, he's playing poker tonight. Yeah, he told me that the last time I talked to him. Yeah, the Monday markets are closed, but the futures market will still be open. So you can still trade the futures. It may not be as volatility as usual, but it'll still be open. You might get a little bit slower market. Oh, Methodical Man said he finished ninth in the trading session tonight. Ooh, we got two big old wicks right there to the downside too. So, man, we got a lot of downside to this 800 here. I'm hoping we get this same reaction that whatever we just got off the 96. I'm hoping we get that same reaction off the 800s here. Yes, I have a limit order for a sell at 800 here. We're trying to short those 4-hour gap fill-ins on the 4-hour charts. Lana. Let's see. We can bring them up. I'm not saying it's going to work, you know. Everything's kind of a, you know, whatever happens, happens. But this is what we're shorting. This is your 4-hour chart here. They're sitting at 801 to 803. So hopefully it can at least hit the 801s or 8 somethings for a nice little pullback here. Oh, okay. All right. I got to make sure I watch this in case I don't want it to explode there and take me out. Damn it. What did that hit? 98 on the dot. Now, that's going to suck if we get the big pullback here. It's going to make me very iffy to take that. If we end up pushing all the way back down to, say, 75, that's going to be, which I'm hoping that this 87 holds here. That's the top of this next leg. Is anybody trading silver or gold? Silver has been insane lately. I've been hearing people on both sides talk about they've been just destroying silver, but then there's the other people on the other side that just getting wrecked on silver. Like that thing will just wreck you like insane. When it's like $50 a point, man, it will just ruin your night. Now we're just looking for 10 points on this trade, guys. That's all we're looking for. So basically, if my line in the sand is going to be probably the 12 area, I will risk a few more points on this. I think we have about $70 that I was willing to risk on this because we are up still over the 26,000 range. So we're up 26,072 on this account. So right now, us risking 10 points is basically risking $60, and that'll push us a little bit closer to that $1,500 mark that we need to get to. $50 a tick. Yeah. I hear people talk about it all the time. Like it'll just it's destroying people sometimes if you're on the wrong side. Now, you know that there's people that's freaking manipulating the crap out of that by going long and short. Some of those accounts, they won't even, a lot of prop firms won't even let you trade micros on silver. There's only like 1 or 2 that I think it'll let you. The rest of them, you got to trade a mini, and it'll be tough to trade a mini on that stuff. You almost need to, I want to say it's Lucid Funding. I think they'll allow you to trade a micro on silver, and that'll knock it down to at least $5 a point. So that's what I would try to do, I guess, if I just felt the need to trade silver. Yeah, Alan, if you want to trade silver for a manageable price, I would get an elusive account because they're allowing people to trade. I'm not sure. I would imagine it would have like a M on it, like just like the rest of them. You just put I would think that you put an M on the front of whatever silver's abbreviation is, kind of like gold, how you would put MGC for micro gold. So I would think it would be the same thing for silver. So like I said, if we get too massive of a pullback right here, we probably won't leave our trade on here, because I was really hoping that we would hit 800, but we hit the 98. So I thought about front running it, but man, I thought we would easily, since that the bottom of that wick is at 803, I thought that we would just do a little poke of the 800, then pull back. Yeah, so that would probably be my route I would go if I was going to trade silver. I would definitely want to trade micros. I mean, there's no way that I'd want to trade $50 a point with that type of volatility in the market. Honestly, I mean, I think it's, I understand people like the fact that silver going up, but I think I've always thought they kept silver flat for a reason, because of everything that we use in our vehicles, computers, and any electronics all have, silver in it. So our money, I've always thought they kept the silver prices down just for that reason. But man, you too, Jake. How did you catch any trades tonight? You're pretty close to passing your eval? That's awesome, man. If you just started that thing. Let's see. It's my last day. Okay, just this morning with the eval. Oh, so for 3 days you're up 1.2K? Man, that's awesome. Heck yeah. That's actually quite a bit. I mean, heck, that's like $400 a day, man, on average. Oh my goodness. It's not looking too promising here, guys. That's okay. We all get a little bit of lucky sometimes in the market. I know I've had my fair share of lucks and not so lucky. So it'll come and go. Hopefully you still have some luck on your side when you get to your PA account. That's what usually happens to me. Time I get to my whatchamacallit, I get to my funded, all the luck runs out. Then it's like, it should hit right at the top of the 87. It should stay on top of this leg here. Oh, nice. Yeah, I figured Friday morning's usually your best option for good trading, because time on Friday, whenever the lunchtime usually hits on Friday, the market just dies off. So that's usually Friday midday trading. So you definitely want to get your trading in that morning, because time Friday, say 11, 12 o'clock come, usually it's like nothing, died off. So right here, you want to see 87, 86 hold up on this leg here. So this was a small leg pullback. So this is what you want to see hold up. or even this candle right here. So that's a big, nice bullish candle. So I'm not even sure if I can even pull up silver here on let's see here. Since we already pulled back, let's see if we can find silver here. Silver would be what? No. MSL, is that right? Is this silver? I'm not even sure. Does anybody know what the, oh, here's silver. So it looks like it's is that SL? I think it's SL. Let's see. Okay. They have it as, I mean, TradingView will let me select it. So it looks like it's like SIL1 in TradingView, but with the minis, it was just SL, I think. Silver almost looks like it was moving. Oh, that's the 4-hour charts. I was like, man, that stuff looks slow. Good night, Jake. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out tonight. So let me pull up. Let me see if I can find it on Quantower while we're just kind of waiting to see if our target's going to get hit. Let's see. That would be under futures. It may not be available with these guys. I think you have to request it. Oh, that's options. Here it is. Uh-oh. Let me just bring it over here so I can see. Yeah, that's kind of what I was looking at also on TradingView right here. So the SIL is for the micros. Yeah. I was seeing if I could find it on Quantower here, but I don't think it's available, or I don't know what it would be under. Let's see. Yeah, I don't guess I know what that's under. It might not even be available on Quantower. What is it under? What is it under, Methodical Man? Like when you're looking at your symbols, what is it under? So if you go to symbols, what is it under? Like here's the futures. Which tab is it under? I know I'm under futures, but which one? There is not one for, well, these are Padeas accounts. They may not allow me to trade it. Padeas may not allow me to trade. Yeah, I don't see it because these are the options. These are the futures. So what I could do is we could always log onto our Bulanox account and see if they pop up. So it's probably just Padeas that doesn't allow you to trade silver. Dude, we should have held my trade all the way from all night long, but I wasn't sure if we were going to get stuck up here, and I didn't want to give up the profit. It's under metals. Yeah, I don't think. Okay, let me look one more time then. Yeah, see, I don't think this Padeas company has allowed you to trade silver. All right, do we get tagged in here? I mean, this offered 10 points here. Exactly 10 points. Come on, you can do it. All right. Mm. Hopefully it doesn't take, man, this is, man. Little dog channel. I was looking at your channel, Paco. It's like little baby puppies. Do you still post this stuff, or is this something you just did a long time ago? That's a lot of subscribers for just 17 videos. Holy crap. You must have had one video explode. No, not anymore. Okay. Hopefully this doesn't pull back too deep, guys. I'm going to be very hesitant to take this if it pulls back too deep, because I didn't really want to front run this, and I think we hit the 98 level, so we got those wicks sitting up there at the 800s, the 803s, and the 818s. So I just feel like this is going to be a really good bounce area if it doesn't leave us behind here. If this thing ends up pushing back down to the 75, I don't think we're going to take this trade. So let's... You said a copyright video got you those subs. Now, is that how, like, from like people using it? Is that how that works? I guess I'm not sure how that works when you mean by copyright video got you those subs. So they would have to sub to your YouTube page to use the video? Really want to see 90 hold up here. I would like to see us get one more push up to the 800s, then maybe have a decent little pullback. And we got this really nice... What I like to see is this happen right before the hourly candle pops in here at 10 o'clock. Because a lot of times in the overnight session, usually your bigger moves come on the higher time frame candles. So like 10 o'clock, 10:30, the 30-minute candle, the 15-minute candle. A lot of times when those candles come in, you get the nicer moves. Man, I was only really planning on being on this till 9 o'clock tonight. Hell, it's already 10 o'clock. I already lost track of a whole hour. So on this pullback, you want to see this area right here hold up. So you don't really want to see the 84, 85s kind of break. Kind of want to see it hit this area. Then hopefully we can get there, then drop. But that's just some hindsight thinking. That's what I like to see, because it's going to be bouncing off that 4-hour candle. Is that in tonight? Yeah. The Bulanox sale ends tonight for anybody that's using Bulanox. Hopefully they bump it back up to the 91% or 90%. within usually 10 points. Yeah, whenever I was putting it on there, I was like, man, do I want to front run this by a few points? And I was like, I am kind of front running it by 3 points because the wick is sitting there at 803. And I thought, it's like, man, this thing usually loves to touch the whole numbers. I thought I'd get a little whole number love. And man, this thing hit with the 98, then pulled back. I was like, man, come on. That would have been my 10 points. But like I said, as long as this area holds and maybe we get one more push up there, I'll hold it. But if it starts losing that 21 EMA, losing the 75, we're not going to hold it. We're just going to call it there. I'm not going to sit here and wait for that thing to go back up there. So, excuse me. Sorry, Alan. I just saw your little text up there. It says it is 13K of buying power versus full contracts of 68. All right, so our area did hold. So that was the top of that leg there. And like I said, we will go to break even somewhat a little quick there. So we're hoping if we can hit the 800s, we'll get that 75 pullback. So max loss is going to be $60 on this trade, or between 60 and 70. Then after that, we will put our stuff away for the evening. How's everybody's trading been tonight? Did anybody else find an entry here? This thing has offered multiple entries tonight, guys. I mean, they've been clean pullbacks. I mean, it doesn't get any cleaner than this. I mean, this is clean, nice, trending pullbacks. So it's been very, very clean tonight. It could do this all the way till the London session, but I just don't know if we'll get through these 4-hour candles up here. So like I said, once we're tagged in, we create a wick. So then we'll put our stop loss at the top of that wick for wherever that wick may be. Excuse me. And then little Jimmy Buffett. Does anybody like Jimmy Buffett here? Two of my favorite Jimmy Buffett songs is Monday and the Mother Ocean song. I don't know if any younger people probably listen to Jimmy Buffett. He was probably more popular back in the 80s and 90s. Early 2000s. All right, so we're about 9 points away from our entry here. So like I said, we're only risking $60 on this trade. So we're up almost $2,100 in this account, or not quite $2,100, but fairly close. So we're up $1,074. So even if we risk $60, lose $60, it should still keep us right on the crust of that $1,000 mark. And we have to get to 26,500 on this account to pass. And right now we're sitting on $1,500 of drawdown because I start off with a $500 static account. Oh, come on. It's not looking good that we're not able to make newer highs, guys. Like I said, if we get back below the 75, I'm just going to say, okay, I'm done for the night. I'm not going to sit here and wait on that. It could be a while. I did kind of when I very first started, and I just wasn't, I mean, it was okay doing it, but you just have so much money on the line. And I just prefer just being a new, when I first started out being a new trader, I just prefer to use prop firms. But I haven't traded a cash account in a very long time. Ooh, on a cash account, you'll definitely find silver. Oh, I can't imagine somebody trading their cash account on silver. Man, you would really have to have a lot of money that you can just if you lose it, you lose it. If you win, you win. That's a whole new level of trading. I'm definitely not on that level. So that's where you got some FU money. You don't care. You don't have those emotions. You don't care if you lose your money or not. Man, I'd be so tense if I was trading like silver with real money. You'd be like so tense. I'd be like so tense. Be like done clenched up, like, no, like, just super nervous. Heartbeats going really fast. Can't even hold the mouse. Have you watched The Gambler? Oh, is that's a methodical man over there? Have you been over there slinging this? No, I'm talking about trading silver with cash, methodical man. Like putting some of your hard-earned money over there on the silver table. Yeah, I've seen The Gambler, the movie. I think. Is that the one with Kenny Rogers? Right? Is that the old one with Kenny Rogers, right? Or is there a new one? No, that's not it. No. Who plays in it? Mark Wahlberg? I'd have to probably see a preview of it. If I've seen it, it's been a long time. Probably have seen it. I just don't remember it because, I've seen most of the Mark Wahlberg movies. You want to live from a position of FU. All right. We'll have to look that movie up and see if it's about. All right, guys, we'll give this about another 10 minutes. If it hasn't got up there, we'll probably have to call it because my eyes are getting kind of heavy, guys. I was on this morning. We've been on since, 7, 8 o'clock since Tokyo. Oh, yeah, dude, it's been a good trading day for myself today. This has been a good Tokyo session. We're up like 180 tonight. Let's see. This is probably one of the better Tokyo sessions or Asia market. So we're up 154. We started getting long down at the 20s. Too bad I didn't hold it for the whole move. That would have been. I knew that we were going to be moving up tonight because it seems like if you ever notice, anytime we open up with a gap to either the upside or downside, usually wherever that gap opens up at, more than likely that's the way that you're going to continue up. So tonight we opened up with a gap to the upside. So this is our opening candle at 710. You had a gap, just a few points, like just a couple points. You can see this candle right here came back in, filled in that gap before we just started ripping up. And I got long here. This was my first entry here on this push back up and pull back. So we got long at 722. We sold off one contract. Then we had another contract. We added 5 contracts here for like quick 5 points. Then we added another contract up here, just one contract for another 10 points. And then our final entry was up here at the 80. I know that's kind of what I'm thinking. I think by the London session, you could probably go all the way up to the tonight highs. But it's already too late for me to try to jump in and do that. I'm not going to jump in already after we've moved up 80 points tonight or 90 points. Oh, you started off short? Oh, yeah, I had no short bias at all when I came in. It was like, okay, longs only. Even though that can kind of hurt you sometimes, you don't usually want to get a bias when you start trading because then you can just be stuck in that bias and you're constantly looking for longs or shorts. And that's the worst, especially on a trending market. And this thing offered a lot of entries. Look, entry, 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 little baby entries, not very big. So those aren't as good, but these were pretty good. So you could have pretty much like this is your first entry. Then you had to pull back into this next leg. Then the next one had the next pullback into its leg so this is what I usually start looking at whenever I see like a nice trend in market. So this one pulled back into this leg. I mean, it just repeats all the way up. Then this one pulls a little deeper back to this bottom wick, but it's still on top of this leg. So these were probably your main entries here. Because up here was a very tight pullback, but you can see it was at the top of this leg here also. So it was right there, back at the 80. It still would have paid you 10 more points. Then this one was even smaller. So I got to watch this because I have an entry sitting up there. Then this one is sitting here for the pullback. As you can see, a lot smaller of a leg, but I mean, you kind of get the gif. So these would have been all your entries tonight. For anybody that likes to trade that way. So this entry is a little bit different. So this entry is based off the 4-hour candle. You pull the 4-hour. I've pulled it over a few times already tonight. Hopefully it doesn't blow us up here. We've got these big wicks. Oh, shoot, I'm on silver. I'm like, what is that? All right, let me change over to the 4-hour. M and Q. All right. There we go. Ooh, and this is a new 4-hour candle. All right, we're just looking for a quick 10 points. Last night, I think last night's session was a little tough. I want to say we didn't really get the big move till later, like later that night, which I was already not on. We didn't really take any trades last night during the Asia market, which it was kind of choppy last night. So we've had some pretty good nights of trading this week. So it's been really good. We've only had really one bad night, and that was last night. Sunday was a really good night. I want to say there was movement Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday after we got out of those sessions. The only thing I'm waiting on now is a possible 10-point bounce off of the 800s. And that's at a 4-hour wick. But there's no guarantees whenever you take these type of trades. You're pretty much just at the mercy of whatever volume you are. So that's probably the only downside about these type of trades. And most of the time, I'm not even a big fan of these type of trades. So basically what it is, we're just looking for a 10-point trade off of the 800 here. So this is into a 4-hour wick. Yes. But I'm risking $60. I'm not risking a lot on the trade, very small. This way, if it is a loser, because, there's no such thing as a winning trade every trade. So we're still $72 over the 1,000 mark. So we're just going to see if we can risk $60 of that and see if we can make a $60 profit. And if it hits it, then wicks it, like starts pushing back, we will have our stop loss at that wick. You like buying the pullbacks on the 2 and 5? There was one day this week that I fell off and I didn't really notice how the market was moving because we went straight up at the opening. So I just had a hard time just trading it. It was one of these mornings where we had like this candle go up straight up like 150 points. I want to say it was one day this week. I don't remember which one it was, but it was a horrible day. All right, another pull. Yeah. I want to say this is a new 5-minute a new 4-hour candle also. And this is just going to be a 10-point trade if it hits. I'm going to give it one more push. If it pushes up there and misses us, I'm not going to sit and wait for the next time because this already hit up at the 98 once. So don't really know what's going to happen here. So hopefully this wasn't the hit. The next hit's not till 12. So oh yeah, I'm ready to get off, Chris. My eyes are super heavy, man. Because I get up so early in the morning. I never sleep in late. So most of the time I'll be back up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, 4 or 5 in the morning. But it's okay. Tomorrow's Friday, so I don't have to worry about doing no streaming in the morning. I mean tomorrow. So All right, this candle looks like it has a little bit of momentum here. Let's see if we can get us tagged in here. And like I said, we're going to go to break even fairly quick on this too. I really don't want it above like the 5 area. I wish we can just kind of get out of this trade just risking $30. So I really wouldn't start getting worried into it if it blasts the 03. Man, I thought we were going to get it right there. Oof. What's up, Jay? How are you doing tonight? We're pretty good. We're about at the end of the trading session. We're trying to hold off until and see if we can get a nice little bounce here at the 90 or 800 level here. Remember, guys, there's no guarantee with this. You know, you're pretty much at the mercy of the volume and whatever happens with this 4-hour candle. So it's just that's kind of the dealio with mechanical trades. Usually just Husk is fine, Jay. Like I said, we're going to go to break even fairly fast. This way, if it kind of explodes through that area. Dude, that thing did not. Oh, that's going to be dirty. Now, if this thing pulls back and hit the 90, we're going to take this trade off because that's come on, one more push up there. Oh, that's going to be dirty. I swear that thing hit my freaking target, man. It just didn't feel me. Look at that, dude. It hit right there. It must have hit like 75 or something. What the? All right, maybe one more push. Give me one more push up there. What the crap, man? It got you in, son of a bee, man. It hit it. It didn't look like it. Maybe I don't know. I don't know how much I like that third push up there. If it pushes back up. Now, if it hits the 90 here, we will close this trade and not even worry about it. I'm not going to try this a third time. What do we got? 2 minutes left on this 5-minute candle. Dude, that's going to be so annoying if that happens, Gas, because I've been sitting here for an hour waiting for me to hit that 800. For an hour waiting for the 800 to get hit. Oh, my goodness. We're about to, if it hits 90, I'm not even going to leave the trade on. Come on. That's so dirty. What did it hit? Dude, it hit my target. It just did not feel me. Look, it hit it. It just didn't feel me. Huh? I think you at least get 10 points if you got tagged in here. I don't know. Maybe the NAS is doing dirty stuff on both ends. It's going to get down to 91 and reject. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to sit through another one. I think I'm going to take it off. Let's just see what this one gets and see if we at least get the 90 push here. Dude, it hit. I mean, it looks like it even wicked above it. Look at that. It almost like it almost, man. It's not really a winning trade unless it hits the 90. I feel like if it pushes down, it's going to go back down to like the probably. I mean, usually you hit the hundreds, but this is very bullish looking. So, but like I said, I was only looking for 10 points. Oh, it got within a point and a half. No, I'm not in the trade. It didn't tag me in, Gas. I had my entry sitting at 800s, and I'm not going to do it again. So there's my 10 points. That should have been my hold there. So if you got tagged in, you should at least got 10 points. But I guess I had my resting order sitting at 800. I thought we hit the 800s, but it didn't tag me in. So, oh well. I know the highest is that 800s. Methodical Man, did you take the 800 trade too? We got 89.50 on that pullback, so that would at least been your 10 points. Oh, you're still holding that long? You're holding long from 62? Well, dude, if you were home when I called you, you would have known to got long at 20. You would have been long from 720 if you were home. I took it. I was in the long from 20 all the way up to 80. So we were in it for like 60 points tonight. Oh, it was a 2-minute 21 EMA setup on that one, Methodical Man. Blah, blah, blah. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching tonight. Like I said, we stayed on probably over an hour more than I was planning on it. I'm annoyed because I sit here and waited for this 800 trade for an hour. Like, I was like, dude, we could get 10 points out of this 800 trade. I sit here for an hour and this thing didn't tag me in. And I wanted to be a mechanical trade. I didn't really want to just have to push the button. I wanted to wig me in, go down, get my 10 points, and be done. And I think this is going to push back to the 75 here. So Because a lot of times, Fish Lips, who's in our lobby all the time, this is how he trades these hold numbers. So he would take a short from 800 back to 875. Then he would almost look for a long off 875 back to 800. Then there he would wait for 825 to get hit, and it would pull back to the 800s. So for anybody that likes to trade hold numbers. All right. Thank you guys for watching tonight. Hopefully everybody was at least able to find you 10 points tonight. There was multiple opportunities for 10 points. So if we ever get into like a nice trend in market, just start drawing out your levels like this. So it's easier to see. It makes it so much easier when you get that nice trend. So this right here was the first pullback here. Actually, I missed it. So this was your first pullback here to the 20. This is where we got long when we started trading this evening. This is where I called Methodical, man. He's like, you long? I'm like, yes, sir. Been long. We started long here. We added 5 micros here for quick 5 points because we pretty much just bounced off the leg. Then we just held that 1 micro forever. Then we added another micro down here at the 50. And then the last trade we got taken out up here at 80. So, and that was actually a good target because then it'd been kind of grinding for the rest of the night. So a lot of entries tonight. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching. And we will try to be back Sunday night as far as trading goes, but we will be back for the New York session. Hopefully it's a lot better in the morning than it was this morning. The New York session sucked straight butt this morning. It was some dirty price action, guys. I mean, super dirty. I think Michael said he got caught in whatever freaking boner candle that was from this morning. I don't know if anybody was in a trade when that happened, but there was like a freaking 80-point boner candle out of nowhere. Where did it go? Let's see. It was this. So we were kind of pushing down right here, and then I thought we were going to continue down because this is usually like a nice little 5-minute consolidation candle. Then out of nowhere, 80-point rip. So that candle right there, it ruined some folks not, morning there. Yeah, good luck if you're able to, take this short tonight. I mean, I'm not going to be short bias. I would have stayed long, but I think this is the 50% mark. So if you pull fib on this whole leg here, I want to say this is about the 50% of the leg, if I'm not mistaken. I think I pulled that earlier for anybody that likes to pull fib on stuff. So pull fib all the way down. You can kind of get an idea. So you actually up to the 820s, 815s. But if you also look on the 4-hour candle, you also have a big wick also at the, maybe not. Maybe that was on that hourly candle. I had an hourly candle pulled up a while ago. So a lot of wicks up in this area too. So if you're staying long, it's just going to be pretty grindy. These are the type of wicks I would just look for like 10 points on. I wouldn't be short bias at all, or I wouldn't look into a short. I'd just be trying to get my 10 points. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in the New York session if you're there. Thank you. Oh, gotta find all my stuff.